I don't want you to think that I don't believe in love, because I do. And anyone who can pull it off, I commend you for it. I have met so many couples over the years. I've met 20-year couples, 30-year couples, 40-year couples, 50-year couples. I met one 55. Yeah, I call them unicorns. I'll tell you the story. I was in Savannah, Georgia, and I had just finished filming the second Magic Mike movie. Now, yeah, I know. For those of you that don't know, I was in Magic Mike. Yes. I know, I was the only one who didn't get naked. Magic Mike, not Tragic Mike, so let's remember that, okay? I was the only one who didn't get naked. So, here's the thing. After the movie, after we wrapped, my manager, Joe, tells me, he says, dude, man, congratulations on another project. I want to take you out for a steak dinner to celebrate. I said, let's go. So he takes me to this restaurant called Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Now, very popular chain around the country. We go there, we sit down, and here comes the server. And the server's real bubbly. He's just, hey guys, what's going on? Are we celebrating anything today? Actually, yes, we are. Well, guess what? You're not the only ones. You see that couple over there in the booth? That couple is celebrating 55 years of marriage today. And we're like, what? So we look. I said, how come they're not talking? I wondered the same thing, but the man made it a point to say 55 years, and I thought that was pretty impressive. I go, no, it is. So he leaves to go get us some sodas and some bread. And I tell my manager, I said, hey, Joe, listen, I'm going to go say hi to the couple real quick. Don't get us kicked out. I'm not going to get us kicked out. Don't make it like last time. It's not going to be like last time. So I get up, and I push in my chair, and I make my way over to the couple. Now, I understand how important this night is for them. I know exactly how long it took to get to that point. And I am not trying to mess that up. But I have questions. And these two people are clearly professionals in that department. So I approached the table as tactfully as I could, and I said, pardon the interruption. It has come to my attention that we are celebrating 55 years of marriage. And the man was so happy that someone acknowledged that. He was just thrilled. He's like, that's right, son. 55 years ago today, this lovely lady sitting next to me right here said I do, and we've been together ever since. That is beautiful. May I ask you a question? Absolutely. How come you're not talking? he wants to know how come we're laugh, goddammit. Son, when you've been together as long as the two of us have, you might have seen a thing or two. We have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. We have traveled this great big world of ours many times over. We're both retired military. We have seen the best in people. And unfortunately, when you're around and alive as long as the two of us have been, you've unfortunately seen the worst in people as well. We have had just about every type of conversation there is to have. At least twice. And after 55 years of marriage, well, hell, we're just trying to enjoy each other's company, even if it's in silence. I said, you've had every type of conversation there is to have? And I guess I triggered him because he was like, Look at me. Look at me. I've been in combat. Nothing can faze me. Nothing can surprise me anymore. You don't say. So I took a step towards them, I grabbed my shirt, and I flashed them. And then I walked away. And you know what happened next? They started talking. I gave that couple the greatest gift they will never, ever acknowledge. Something new, something spontaneous, something outrageous, something neither one of them had ever seen before. I gave them a new story. I promise you, every year moving forward, all they're gonna talk about is what happened at 55. Remember, honey? Remember when that Samoan flashed us? Right. Because I'm a giver. I remember many, many years ago, before there was a venue like this to perform in, the only place around here for comedians to do shows was at a comedy club right outside these doors that was part of the original layout of the casino. It's a club called the Improv. There's a chain all over. And, you know, many, many years ago, before all of this, that's where Martine and myself, my buddy Alfred, we go do shows at the club. And the first time we got a chance to perform there, I didn't really have a name. I wasn't really established yet. And I want to take this moment to acknowledge and thank one person who was super, super helpful in that, a man by the name of DJ Laz. That's right, people. The pimp with the limp.
Oh yeah, Papa, yeah. It's your boy, DJ Laz.
Oh, I love him, man. He's great. He's awesome. But yeah, he walks in circles. He does. He walks in circles. Nice guy. DJ Laz was one of the first people to allow me to be on morning radio with him. And he helped promote my shows. Not only would he allow me to go on his show and promote my shows, he would come to my shows and he would bring people and he'd watch and he'd sit and hang out and laugh. The man has a million things he can do in Miami, but he'd come watch my show. And then the next day, Papa, come on the radio with me. We're gonna talk about your show. And he would help me sell out these shows year after year after year. So Laz, I know you're watching, Papa. Thank you. This is part of you, Papa. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you. But that was many years down the line. In the beginning, the first time I performed at that comedy club, right outside these doors, that's no longer there, I'm talking to the marketing person. Now, keep in mind, this is so long ago, there was no social media, there was no TikTok, no freaking Twitter, no Facebook, none of that. The only way you could promote yourself back then was you had to get on morning radio, morning news, have somebody do a write-up on you in the newspaper. Remember those? Yeah. And then, of course, word of mouth, which is always the best. They had posters at the comedy club. And so the marketing guy goes, Gabriel, help me help you help us. We want to sell tickets. How do you want to be promoted? I said, well, keep in mind, long time ago, I said, this is how I want you to promote my show. Please use a photo. Under the photo, put my name, Gabriel Iglesias. I didn't even have the nickname Fluffy yet. That's how long ago this was. I said, underneath that, please put as seen on Comedy Central. Because at the time, that was the only television credit I had. So the marketing guy goes, well, I was thinking, what about Gabriel Iglesias and his amigos? Amigos? Why amigos? Because I have other Mexicans with me? And he looked at me and said, good, you get it. I don't like that. What about Gabriel Iglesias and friends? Well, we want to put a couple of buzzwords out there to let the community know what type of show it is. I said, well, what type of show is it? It's a special show. I don't feel special. Gabriel, hear me out. What about like a Taco Tuesday? I don't like it. Okay, what about like a salsa night? Salsa night? Wait, like dancing or chips and guac? Either one, I don't like it. I could not believe that I was having this conversation, and I wanted to get upset. I wanted to go off on this guy for trying to make me feel like less of a person, right? But I didn't, because I knew that if I went off on them, I would have been seen as difficult. I would have been seen as a problem, and I would not have been given another opportunity to come back. When people ask me, what do you credit for your success? Of course, talent, showing up, doing what you gotta do. But one word that gets left out a lot is the word sacrifice. I had to sacrifice something that day. And a lot of people think they know what sacrifice means, but honestly, until you have to make one, I don't think you do. I had to sacrifice my pride, because as much as I wanted to go off on this guy, I knew that if I did, I'd be shooting myself in the foot. I knew that if they could see what I could do on that stage, they'd have to bring me back, and they'd have to treat me different. So as much as it hurt, as much as it sucked, I allowed that stupid Taco Tuesday to happen. So for me, I was very upset. I was wondering, is this something that happens to all new comedians, or was I being singled out? It was killing me. I needed to know. I couldn't just take out my phone and Google it, because that wasn't an option all those years back. So what I had to do was I had to go to the front door of the club where they had a bin, and the bin had flyers in it. So I grabbed a flyer and I looked at it, and the flyer had the list of upcoming comedy shows. And I was so upset when I saw it, because all it was pictures, names, and television credits. No silly names, no theme nights, no spicy this or crazy that, just comedy. So I said, why the hell are they doing this stupid Taco Tuesday thing to me? So then I said, all right, let me try to find another comedian who's a little bit more in my vein, if you know what I mean. The only other comedian I could find was a man by the name of George Lopez. With George's promo, however, it was just a picture, name, and underneath that, a television credit that said, as seen on ABC. That's it. It didn't say, likes to ride a donkey, George Lopez, eats a burrito with both hands, George Lopez. I just jumped the wall. It's George Lopez. No. So I said, why are they doing this to me? So then I said, all right. Let me see how they promote the black comedians. And with the black comedians, it was the same thing. Picture, name, television credit. And that's it. Unless it was a show that had multiple black comedians on it. Because if the comedy club had a show with 3 or more black comics on it, they would put a catchy name to it. They would call the show Urban Night or Apollo Night or Def Jam Comedy Night, BET Comedy Night, Blackish Comedy Night. But that's as far as they would go. They wouldn't go to the next level like they would for me. Oh yeah. There was no Margarita Monday or Taco Tuesday or Wetback Wednesday or Tortilla Thursday or Fiesta Friday or Sábado Gigante. No. That would never happen to black people. Are you kidding me? You'll never see a Malt Liquor Monday or Tupac Tuesday or Watermelon Wednesday or Tong 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 Thursday or Fried Chicken Friday or Suki Suki Saturday or Slap a Hoe Sunday. And that most definitely will not happen to white people.